Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
Take us along with you. It is hot today. Oh, Monday, November the 4th, the day before countdown. The election is tomorrow. And if any of you out there have not registered to vote or have not voted, please do so today. My name is Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research, and my co-host.
We in the building today. We got it's gonna be fun, Miss Bro. This is Mark Cummings. And we got Brother Al Williams in the building.
Al Martin is here
Martin
with
in the
us.
building. It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
I could not be at a better place on a day like today.
Oh, yes. Oh, man. And for anybody who has not registered, know that it's not too late. We have same day registration for those who did not know that. And we want you to take advantage of that. We want you to wake up everybody. No more sleeping in bed. I want to say hello to Jackie. Hello to Ron. Hello, Michelle. Hello to Jesse. Oh, man, just everybody. Sister Fedora. Anybody want to say hello to Mark?
Just the regulars. Frank Sorrell. My boy Jimmy Neal from Jacksonville, Florida, checked in with me last night.
All right.
It's always good to check in on brothers. And, of course, the barber, Eric Scott, and the Chef Jeff Tony.
Yes.
All Howard alumnus making moves.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I want to thank you, Al, for being with us this morning. This is a serious day. And we have two proposals on this ballot that have really not gotten much attention. Have you noticed? And I think that Mark has a copy of the wording. And well, first of all, I want to tell everybody to vote no.
Well, I thought we was going to get to that at the 10 o'clock.
Well,
Because
go
we're
ahead.
going to have
well, talk about whatever you want
Brother
to talk about
Russ
right
on
now.
here, Russ Blunt from Detroit, tax justice.
It does not lose much on all of it. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, that's what I want to say. We're going to talk about that because we got the gentleman that's going to break it down really good.
Yeah.
But we got Brother Al in the building, and Al got a lot going on as well. Al, what do you want to talk to the listeners about this morning?
Well, Mark, Theo, as you well know, today is the day before what is becoming one of the most important elections in the history of our country. We have been laboring under the belief that we are a democracy. And to a degree, there's a lot of truth to that. But what we want to really do is qualify that just a little bit and identify ourselves, our governing structure, as an evolving democracy. Remember, what we want to do is look at what democracy means, how it is defined, and then let's take a look at what one of our candidates wants to do about that democratic process. So, Theo, as you well know, Hood Research has posted on many of its social media platforms a document that we identify as democracy and freedom versus fascism. And if we have time, and I take the lead from you and Mark, I would like to read through that composition of democracy and freedom versus fascism.
That's a good one because a lot of people don't really understand fascism.
Right.
So this is a chance.
That is absolutely correct.
Right. Oh, Lord.
And take you, as Brother Thabiti would say, get your pens and your paper out.
That's right.
So you can take some notes this morning.
That's
this is
right.
class. Brother Al
I
Martin.
never known that. And fascism, Lord. The same as dictatorship, huh?
Absolutely correct, Theo.
Well, I think we shouldn't waste any longer. We should have an opportunity to hear that document.
All right, let's start it off right now.
All right.
Democracy and freedom. Democracy is a way of governing that depends on the will of the people. A government where the supreme power is vested in the people. It is a system of government in which laws, policies, leadership, and major decisions and undertakings of a city, state, nation, or other organized society are directly or indirectly decided by the people. This is done through a system of representation usually involving periodically held free elections. In other words, rule by the people. Democracy is characterized by the absence of hereditary or arbitrary class distinctions or privileges. Democracy's dominant controlling principle is that of consent of the governed and voting rights. Democracy, according to the United Nations, provides an environment that respects human rights and fundamental freedoms, and in which the freely expressed will of the people is exercised and followed. Democracy is essential to enhancing freedom because it prevents people from being dominated. Democracy requires that the people are intimately, actively, and constantly involved in the political process if it is to govern effectively and successfully. The people have the responsibility of actively participating in the decision-making process that determines the conditions under which they live. The failure of the people to actively participate in the political decision-making process only hurts the people themselves. Since the people have the supreme power, it is imperative that the people use that power to determine the conditions under which we live today and our descendants will live in the future. Now, that's our democracy, and that is where we are trying to get as a people and as a nation. But now let's look at fascism. Fascism is a far-right, totalitarian, authoritarian, ultra-nationalist political ideology, movement, and form of government in which the power is held by one ruler or a small group under a single party. It is characterized by a dictatorial leader, centralized autocracy, militarism, forceful suppression of opposition, and a strong belief in a natural social hierarchy. The historic practice of fascism has been to employ violence and systematic murder to end opposition to its rule. Donald Trump, his running mate J.D. Vance, and their key supporters have made statements justifying the murder of their opponents. This fascism opposes socialism, individual rights, human equality, democratic principles, and freedom. Fascism's extreme totalitarianism and nationalism often clearly demonstrates its strong belief in racial purity or a master race. The fascism proposed for this nation would mean that all of the power of the executive branch of our government must be consolidated and given to the president. Donald Trump supports and espouses this philosophy as evidenced by statements he has made during his campaign and when he was in the presidency. If he wins the November 2024 election tomorrow, presidential election that is, he will become the dictator of the United States of America, resulting in tens of thousands of career federal civil service workers losing their jobs and being replaced by people who are loyal to dictator Trump. This fascism would use the military for domestic law enforcement. This fascism will reduce funding for Medicare and Medicaid, Social Security, and eliminate the Federal Department of Education and early childhood education. This fascism will terminate on diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, along with affirmative action, which is already gone. Proposals for reparations for hundreds of years of slavery will no longer exist. Legal protections against discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity will be removed. This fascism has many more changes planned for our country, but we will not be informed of the additional changes before the president, parentheses dictator, is ready to inform the people and implement the changes. Now, let's think about those two. Let's compare those two, and then let's ask the question, what do you want? Democracy and freedom or fascism? Your vote will determine the future.
Wow. That was heavy, Miss Broden.
Yes, yes. I certainly am happy that you had an opportunity to be with us this morning to share that, because sadly there are some people who are not aware, and now they can say they know what it means and they can share that with others, and it's extremely important to know, because too sadly there are those who say, oh well, my vote doesn't matter. What do you say to that?
Theo, you have just hit the nail on its head. There are many people who believe that very statement, but let's look at the reality and let's think about what we just heard. With Donald Trump, you have heard him talking about killing his opponents. Mm-hmm. He mentioned just this past weekend that Liz Cheney, a conservative Republican, should be killed by a fire squad, and she should be shot by 9 shooters with rifles in her face.
The firing squad.
The firing squad.
But in the face?
In the face. So when we look at a system that gives us the opportunity to vote, to participate in the decision-making process, to determine who is going to be making decisions by which we live, we need to take full advantage of that opportunity, because there are people out there, Donald Trump is one of them, who want to take that privilege of voting away from us.
Absolutely.
And Theo, remember, he has told us this. He's campaigning by saying, if you elect me, you will never have to vote again. This is a man who has publicly said that in 2020, he never should have left the White House. So if we put him back in, he's not going to leave.
Oh, wow.
So those individuals who believe their vote does not count, Theo, they are wrong. The current form of government that we have, that has democratic principles at its core, give you the opportunity to vote. That's your power. Exercise it and determine who writes the policies by which we live.
And it's your right and responsibility. And you know, it's been heard by many that when Donald Trump had his rallies, that and talked with the police officers nationwide, he told them if they put him into office, they would no longer have to wear body cameras, no longer have to have cameras on the vehicle. And just a day or two ago, there was a black man murdered by 2 white police officers. And the reason that they were caught, I guess they forgot they had on a body camera. So that's something for the people in our community to think about seriously, because he is serious about the things that he says when he's in front of a camera.
Absolutely correct, Theo.
Wow.
Woo.
Yes.
Well, this is gonna be an incredible show today, folks. we gonna kick it back in. We got a special guest down here, WHPR TV 33, that's gonna come in here. And folks, I know you know the Truth to Power show with Brother Darwin Griffin. I saw him out there in the parking lot. He said, man, we got a super guest coming on. They're going to come in at 9:30 today. So we're going to come back on at 10 o'clock and do 10 o'clock to 11. We're going to get back on with Brother Al Martin. We got Carl coming in for Russ Ballant, Detroiters for Tax Justice. We're going to talk about everything. We got the brother Chris Ingram. I'm telling you, James Ingram, I'm sorry. And he's going to come on. He's doing some video, young people doing great things. So I know you got to stay on 15.2. You got to stay on Roku. You got to stay on RadioWeCanSee.com, because it's going to be hot. I'm telling you, this next hour and a half going to be incredible. Folks, Brother Darwin Griffin going to have Jasmine Crockett from the 30th Congressional District of Texas. Some of y'all would know it's going to be fun.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Tim, what we need to do from here, baby?
Well, I want to tell people first, before Tim does anything, that we need people to refresh their orange juice, their coffee. Call somebody, tell them to tune in and learn much of what we are sharing today. And we'll be back momentarily.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, there gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Womack.
Wally Womack here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chin and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
Chew!
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
This is the Finance Doctor with the Phoenix Group. We specialize in financial problems. If you are dealing with repossession, foreclosure, garnishment, or any financial problem, give us a call at 1-877-446-1664. That number again is 1-877-446-1664 for the help you need. We specialize in financial problems.
Hi, I'm Eric Sabria, your Wayne County Treasurer. If you're living in a home of a deceased family member and you're facing property tax foreclosure, the probate process can be helpful to you. If you file a probate petition and notify our office, the foreclosure proceedings will be halted during the probate process. Contact us at 313-224-5990 or email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com. We're here to help.
Feel good about your future with tuition-free programs at Wayne County Community College District. Whether you want to be in healthcare, computer science, the culinary arts, digital media, or robotics and automation for the next generation of vehicles, WCCCD has you covered. A full range of programs to achieve your goals, fit your schedule, and give you all the support you need to be successful. All of it tuition-free. Now there's something to feel good about. Register today at wcccd.edu.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpina,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. Always remember that you can do that. Thank you so much for staying tuned to WHPR right here. And we had a wonderful segment at 9:30 this morning with Congressmember Crockett, and I really enjoyed it. By Talk Show host Griffin did a great job, didn't he, Mark?
Oh yeah, that was definitely. Looked like we got the call already. We're gonna be talking about these proposals as you had mentioned earlier, Ms. Brew.
Yes,
Yes. This is gonna be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're dealing with taxes, you need to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it call in?
When you're dealing with somebody dipping their hands in your pocket. And that's what they're trying to do.
You ain't kidding. Do we have more?
Is it Russ?
Yes, hello.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Yeah, happy Monday, Russ.
Happy Monday to you, Theo, always.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And you have gone over those two proposals on the ballot. They got very little attention in the media, which says that somebody's trying to be sneaky and get more money out of our pockets. What do you share with us.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of things that should have been talked about in the media that got ignored from the top of the ticket on down.
Right.
But, top of the ballot, I should say.
Yes.
With the two taxes, first one, Proposal S,
right.
It is for our school district, and that millage was originally created in state law when they created this district we have now called Detroit Public Schools Community District, which is only, was created by law in 2016. And they were given two millages, one for operations and one for debt. And this is the millage that's supposed to be helping fund the school district's operations. And it was created at 18 mills. And the state constitution, under certain conditions, allows for, this is another part of the Headley Amendment, allows for reducing that millage.
Now, one quick question, Mr. Ballant. What is a mill? What does that amount to?
A mill, good point. A mill is a value of on your property taxes it says basically $1 of tax for every 1,000. That's where the term mill comes from. 1,000. Right. For every $1,000 of value, you will be billed $1 on your property taxes. And so, with 18 mills for $1,000 of value, you would be billed $18. And now, it's important to know on this property tax that residents who are living in homes they own, those homes will not be taxed for that. And of course, renters don't pay property taxes. The owners of the buildings pay property taxes.
So they probably just pass the cost on to the renters.
Yeah, they do. And, if it goes down, they don't pass the savings to the renter. So let's make them pay what they're supposed to be paying. So that money, this millage, restores that back to what was originally created in state law, and commercial properties, whether they're landlords or businesses, will be paying that to our school district. And this is important for a couple of reasons. The millage is what the bond market looks at when they say, if we float you bonds to finance, major building repairs and new building creation, you have to have sufficient millage to be able to pay us back over, say, 20, 30, 35 years. And when this millage goes down, or when
if it passes,
millionaires are told that they don't have to pay him, like Dan Gilbert he doesn't pay any property taxes on any of his downtown building empire, and and there's many examples of that, and it's cost the school district as well as the libraries and city services hundreds of millions of dollars.
Big guys never
just
pay.
in 7 years, according to the Citizens Research Council, of our public institutions lost over $800 million. That tells you how much the city has been giving tax abatements. And some of these are for 10 years, but many of them are 20 to 35 year tax abatements.
An abatement is a break.
Yes. And so we need to, you and I know if we don't pay our property taxes for 3 years, we lose our house.
No.
Tom Gores, I take that for an example. Tom Gores is worth $55 billion in his personal and business wealth. And, this guy paid cash $100 million home on the Pacific Ocean.
And for those of you who don't know, Tom Gores is the owner of the Detroit Pistons.
Yes. And he said he wanted to build these housing projects in Detroit, but poor me, I need financial help from the city to do it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they've developed scheming strategies where they promise jobs, they promise affordable housing, they make all sorts of promises, and the promises are either ignored once they get the money or almost ignored. Yeah, you know, his housing projects is basically going to be high-end luxury condos, and they'll throw a few suites in there, which means a suite means there's no bedroom for a family, and stuff like that. But this is all part of the tax abuse. So, you know.
Well, you know, I just want to, for a second, Brother Belay, Miss Broughton. I've seen the commercials for this proposal S, and they say, you know, make sure to, you know, return the 18 mil and reapprove it, and you know the kids need the money is for the schools. It sounds good, but there's no mention of the increase of 6 meals.
Right. Which brings it up to $24 per thousand.
And I think that's really what we need to let the people out there know. You got to read this proposal all the way to the end. So, because this is going to be a 10-year re-up from 2024. So that means they're going to go back, take care of 2024 all the way to 2033. And we're going to be paying 24 meals per $1,000. So,
now, again, when you say we, if you're a renter or living in a house that you own, you aren't going to be paying it.
Okay, we're not going to be paying it. Now, who's going to be paying it then? Just the commercial?
Yeah, the commercial properties are paying it.
Okay. But the renters are going to be charged. Their increase is going to include it.
Right. And unfortunately, we got more renters in the city now than homeowners.
Yeah. But the landlords, unfortunately, a number of them are tax exempted too. If they're friends with folks downtown, they get them. You know.
Yeah.
And but the matter is like that so much money is being taken. I'm not going to focus on the school district. I'm focusing on the city. The city and the billionaires are taking money that should be going to our schools.
Right.
Our schools are suffering financially. Theo, as you probably know, we lost from tax captures and tax abatements. Yes. The school district in the last 10 years has lost $420 million.
Oh, God.
We're trying to help it recover. You know, I mean, you know, when I say we, I'm talking about people who care about the education of the children for our future. We're not doing for our children today what our parents did for us decades ago.
But you know, Russ, it seems as if the small business owners, right, are the ones that are going to be hit, because most of the small business owners are not getting a 25, 30, or a 30-year tax break or tax abatement. That's what an abatement means.
You're right.
They don't have to pay.
Yeah.
So some of them, over the pandemic, have had to suffer and go out of business.
Well, how do we pay for schools? You know, we have to have something that pays to give an adequate school district. Now, personally, I think all those tax abatements should be undone, and we should be challenging everybody in the 2025 elections that's running for local office, well, for city council and for mayor.
Okay.
You know, about undoing those tax abatements.
Indeed. Now let's get to the second proposal, because we're getting short on time. Wayne County Regional Educational Service Agency renewal of regional enhancement millage proposal.
Yes, and Wayne RESA, as it's commonly called, Wayne RESA is the intermediate school district for Wayne County. Every county has an intermediate school district, but we rarely, I'll say almost never, hear about our intermediate school district, except when it comes to millages. The enhancement millage is meant to be something that Wayne RESA applies distributes to in school districts to address special needs. And Wayne Risa has two millages that they do that with. One is the enhanced and the other is for special needs. And I don't know how much the Detroit gets for the enhanced, but I know Detroit schools get $65 million for the special needs. So Wayne Risa, which has a Detroit, representative, former school board member, Mary Blackman, who's a water commissioner for the last few decades or so.
Mm-hmm.
So Detroit is getting, Wayne Risa helps our school district, and the money is a countywide. It's a countywide millage. So I know they've got to be giving something to other districts as well.
Yeah, they mentioned some of the schools.
42 altogether,
Right,
Russ. 42 districts. 42 districts.
Yes.
They mentioned some here: Allen Park, Dearborn Heights, Flat Rock, Garden City, Gibraltar.
Yeah, Van Buren, Romulus, Livonia, and so there's a lot of districts, but I am sure that given what I see with the special needs millage, because I've researched that because it's a much bigger amount. The enhanced millage is relatively small compared to that.
Now with this one, it says they're going to increase it 1.98 mils. Well, this one now, as homeowners, will we be paying on this one?
Well, this one everybody pays on.
That's two.
Okay, everybody pays on this one.
They're adding $2 per thousand. $1.98. That's $2. Two was 2 cents, right?
Yeah, 1.9 mils would be $1.90 per $1,000 of value.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody out there, we all gonna have to pay for this one.
Let me tell you what.
But for 100 years, the public has always paid for public education.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with those who want to take the money from the public to pay for it. It's not going to the school. It's going to some second, third party over here. Yes. And then you may or may not. Now, I mean, two little tricks here. Per pupil is how the money they tell us gets paid, per pupil.
Mm-hmm.
But these little private schools that they stick in, the charter schools that they stick in, the money is supposed to follow the child. The money is supposed to follow the child. But hold up. The child is kept into that charter school or private school until January. At that point, they get to keep the money, and the child gets kicked out, go back to the public school with no money.
Yeah,
So
they
trick.
actually kick they kick the kids out after they do the head count.
The count. That's right.
In the early fall.
That's right.
So most of the year, the public schools are paying for them, and they're not getting the funding from Lansing for that education.
Right.
Now, the biggest point on this is that Michigan Constitution, Article 8, Section 3, or Section 2, says no public money, no public line of credit, no assets can be transferred or given to private schools, and period. And I mean, it's really strong and clear, and they say it several ways and several times so that it's clear. No public taxpayer money to private schools. Charter schools are all private schools.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Gary Myron, professor at Western Michigan University, did a study about 4 or 5 years ago, and he said then that 80% of the Michigan charter schools were for-profit corporations, and that the first $1,000 they get from the state goes to the investors, not to the education of children. Yep, and the other 20% are nonprofit, but they're run by a for-profit corporation. So this is part of the wealth transfer, along with these tax captures we're talking about, though, along with the tax abatements we're talking about. All this is wealth transfer from the working people of Detroit and some small businesses and so forth, and to the wealthy.
Okay, now, Russ, we almost there at the bottom of the hour. I wanted to cut in because that was great information you gave to all the listeners. How can they get in touch with Detroiters for Tax Justice?
Oh, that's a great question. We have a website, Detroiters for Tax Justice, all one word, DetroitersForTaxJustice.com. That's one way. Second way, and I'll repeat it, they can call 368, this is, of course, 313-368-2148, and leave messages if the phone isn't picked up. 368-2148.
And don't forget your Facebook page, because we always pump that.
Yes. 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 And I'm one of my, some people think eccentricities is that I don't do Facebook, but I do have a Facebook account, but I haven't used it so long because I'm overwhelmed with email and phone calls, and I'm working day and night, and I don't get to all the Facebook because I wind up being on the computer all the time, and I'm writing and researching and emailing.
Yes,
so,
sir. Yes, sir.
My name, Russ Belant, RUSS.
Well, we just want to thank you again, Russ, for letting all the listeners know what's going on with these proposals. Yes. And folks, Hood Research, we partnered with Detroiters for Tax Justice, so you find information about them on our website.
Yes.
As well as our Facebook page.
Yes, yes.
And thank you again, Brother Russ. And
all right.
We're going to talk afterwards because this is going to be a crazy election tomorrow.
Amen. Amen. And I've been walking the streets of my neighborhood to warn folks about Donald Trump, and I'm shocked at how many people told me that they're going to vote for Donald Trump. I thought there would be one or two here and there. The first four men I talked to said, I'm voting for Donald Trump.
Yeah, glutton
and
for
then
punishment.
As I continued, it was like 50-50. Wow. And I'm worried.
Yeah, that is something to worry about. We gonna get a quick thing in right here. We got Al Martin here. We're gonna talk real quick about this 2025.
All
We're
right,
almost
now.
at the bottom.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right.
Take care.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you. Bye to you.
Bye.
Take care, Russ.
Ooh, that was something. We got about 4 minutes before we got to hit off.
Go ahead.
Brother Al, what you want to talk about real quick? Because we got the young brother we're going to get in here in a little bit. 2025.
More than 2025, I want all registered Detroit voters to turn out and vote if you haven't already done it. Turn out and vote for tomorrow. It is imperative. Remember, you have a choice between an evolving democratic process, democracy, and you have fascism. And we need to choose the evolving democratic process. So there is nothing more important for us during these next 48 hours than every registered voter in the city of Detroit turning out and casting his and her vote. Participate in the process. The process gives you the opportunity of determining who is going to write the policy by which you live. So let's take full advantage of this opportunity.
And we all got our stickers on, Ms. Broden, say, I voted.
Absolutely
right,
correct.
I voted. I just want to let everybody know that. And for those of you who are concerned because, well, I'm not registered, we have same-day registration. And you can go to the clerk's office, as a matter of fact. You can register, and then you can vote right there. And you could do that today. I believe they'll be open until 5 p.m. And, of course, when you go to the voting precinct tomorrow, you can do the same.
Wow.
Same-day registration. She's been doing a commercial to let you know that. So there really is no reason. But, I'd like to see a day off for election. I think that would be nice for businesses to shut down because voting is urgently important. It is everyone's right and responsibility. If you're 18 years of age, you are legally responsible to participate in a voting process.
And we got some young folks about to come on next. And Tim said we got to get to this break.
Okay, well, I guess now if you haven't refreshed your orange juice, your coffee, you can still call someone and tell them to tune in right here to Feedback. And we'll be back momentarily.
Feel good about your future with tuition-free programs at Wayne County Community College District. Whether you want to be in healthcare, computer science, the culinary arts, digital media, or robotics and automation for the next generation of vehicles, WCCCD has you covered. A full range of programs to achieve your goals, fit your schedule, and give you all the support you need to be successful. All of it tuition-free. Now there's something to feel good about. Register today at wcccd.edu.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
All right, everybody, settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Woody Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
Hi, I'm Eric Sabria, your Wayne County Treasurer. If you're living in a home of a deceased family member and you're facing property tax foreclosure, the probate process can be helpful to you. If you file a probate petition and notify our office, the foreclosure proceedings will be halted during the probate process. Contact us at 313-224-5990 or email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com. We're here to help.
This is the Finance Doctor with the Phoenix Group. We specialize in financial problems. If you're dealing with repossession, foreclosure, garnishment, or any financial problem, give us a call at 1-877-446-1664. That number again is 1-877-446-1664 for the help you need. We specialize in financial problems.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Impina.
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
Always take us along with you. And remember that each Saturday, we also have a conference call from 3 p.m. until 6 on which you can join at any point in time during those 3 hours. We are back. We just had, a bundle of information shared with us by Russ Bellant. And we appreciate the fact that he does a lot of research and teaching, and it is important that others consider doing the same thing. You know, the responsibility for voting just can't be stressed enough. It is important for everyone to know that it's not only our right but our responsibility to participate. And as Reverend Otis Moss III said, democracy is on the ballot. That's today and tomorrow until 8 p.m. So you must consider that and take others with you. So now we are back for our last segment of the day. And first I want to say vote no on both tax issues on your ballot. That's what I recommend. Mark?
Wow. I mean, it's been a whirlwind morning today down here at WHPR TV 33, people. We've been moving and grooving, and just want to say that was big over there, the Darwin Griffin, getting Sister Jasmine Crockett on, and to talk about what's going on down there in our Congress, folks.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. That's important. But you mentioned the young people right before we went to the break there, Ms. Broughton. Young people voting. And a lot of times young people get a bad rap, you know. We say the young people ain't involved, they don't do things. But I got a young brother in here today that's been doing some great work. I got Brother James Ingram, JMI Productions, getting things done. Let the listeners know who is James Ingram and what exactly is JMI Productions.
How y'all doing, everybody? First, I want to thank y'all for having me out here. My name is James Ingram Jr. I'm a director, producer, a writer, personal chef, everything.
You do a lot out there.
Yeah, I do. Photography, videography. I got a production company, JMI Productions. I named it after my dad. It's my 3 initials to my name.
Okay.
And I'm a junior.
Now, I was looking you up, Googled, and you have done a short film that's got a message, because that's important. You know, it ain't just a movie, but it's weird because it's supposed to be a horror film, a horror short.
It is.
Talk to us about it. First of all, what's the name of that horror short?
It's out right now. It's called Don't Come Out. It's my first horror short film, and it's actually about a young woman who lost her life due to drug abuse and overdose.
So you want to get that message out that drug abuse.
Yeah, it's nothing to play with.
Yes, indeed. Now, Brother Tim, do we have that? We're going to show the 2-minute clip to let you know about it, and then we're going to find out how you can see the full short film, folks.
I've literally called you a million times. hurry up?
Don't come out.
Wow. And I like that. Decisions matter, folks, like never before. I mean, that's perfect for the vote tomorrow. That's a big decision, and it matters like never before. Now, what made you think of this concept?
I always wanted to do a horror short film. I just didn't know how I would do it or what I would do. And then one day I just stuck to my laptop and just got to writing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I ended up writing.
Okay. And folks, I want you to know that this young man is self-taught. You decided you always wanted to do movies. And I said, okay, how did you get in this industry? Let them know that history real quick.
Oh, yeah. So I was actually about 10 years old when I found out I wanted to do videos. I always wanted to do, photo shoots and video shoots. Then I taught myself how to edit everything that I shot. And by the age of 19, I wanted to make a production company out of it. So I ended up making a whole movie.
And like you told me, you just went to Google
yeah,
and Google how to do it.
All I did. I knew I wanted to get my short film in a movie theater.
Okay.
So I had to figure it out. How do I do that? It got to be some way. It got to be some way. Other people doing it. So
now it premiered where? Here in Sterling Heights, right?
In Sterling Heights, Michigan, at MJR at Partridge Creek.
Okay. Now when did this happen?
This was October 2022.
Okay, a couple of years ago. Okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
Now it's been out. Now, how can they find the full short? Now, how long is the full? About 15 minutes, you said?
It's about 15 minutes long, and it's actually out now on an app called SDM Flix, SDMFLIX.
Okay.
And it's the first thing that pops up when you go on the app. It's called Don't Come Out.
Okay, all right. It's SDM Flix, folks. Don't Come Out. Check it out. Now,
Yes,
you say you're a jack of all trades out here. You're doing a lot of stuff. Chef, how did you get in? How do you mesh cooking with producing videos?
Man, it's crazy. I'm glad you asked. I actually didn't even want to originally cook. I just wanted to do production work. But the production work, it wasn't bringing me money in. Mm-hmm. So I had to figure out, what am I going to do?
Okay.
I started cooking. The cooking led to me being really good and it becoming a passion. And I did that in Atlanta. I became a chef down at a lounge down in Atlanta, a pretty popular one. By the time I moved back to Michigan.
Now, what is the name of this lounge?
It's called Crew.
Crew, okay. I think I heard of that one.
Yep. I did their grand opening. I was their chef.
Okay. Now, what's one of your specialties?
Pasta.
Okay, you're a pasta guy.
Pasta.
Well, what's one of the pasta dishes you love to make?
It's really stuck between two, either Rasta pasta or the Alfredo.
Now, what's a Rasta pasta?
So it's a Jamaican jerk dish. Jamaican jerk is sweet and spicy pasta.
Okay.
And you put your different proteins with it. You got lamb and salmon and chicken, shrimp, lobster, catfish.
So you can just use a little bit of anything.
Yeah.
But it's sweet and spicy pasta.
It is. It's my best seller, actually.
Okay. Well, while you're up here, is there any way they can get a taste?
Can
they order it from
yes,
you?
You can. Actually, I got an Instagram. It's actually Chef Bugatti with two I's on the end. So it's ChefBugattii. And I change my menu every week. It's always a new menu, and we deliver Wednesday through Saturdays.
You might have to put me down for one of them pastas for Miss Broughton. She like pasta. You want to taste some of that Rasta pasta, Miss B?
I got you.
Yes.
I'll make sure I bring some up for you.
Yes, indeed. It's a beautiful thing. Now, the main thing, Miss Broughton, we were talking about the young people and voting. This young man does things. He's making moves. You said you also do work in the community. Miss Broughton also does work in the community. Talk to us.
I do. I'm being a chef. Food comes in and out so easily, and I never like to waste food. So I like to cook fresh food and take it out to the homeless people in my city. I do that either every week or every 2 weeks. Okay. I like to stay consistent with that. Yeah,
we definitely got to put you in touch with some other groups. We got a lot of men's groups that we partner with here in the research. put you together with some folks out there. And we also partner with the Detroit Food Co-op over there on Woodward Avenue. Yeah. We have to talk to them about maybe getting that roster pasta on the shelf.
I got you. Make sure I bring you some.
Collaborations is the key. Miss Broden, you got anything you want to say to this young brother?
Oh.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
And I just want to know, have you been speaking with other young men about their responsibility to
Voting every day. It's very, very important that you vote. If you're not registered to vote, you need to go register and go vote. It's very important. You only got about 24 hours left, a little over 24 hours left to vote. You know, everyone around me knows your vote counts.
Have you been able to tell them that Donald Trump says he'll take the cameras off the cops?
Uh-oh there. Miss Broden getting all choked up because she's serious about this voting piece. And I understand. And, you know, a lot of things for the young man, like we were saying in there earlier, you know, a lot of our issues sometimes get pushed up under the rug. And a main issue is, we got to understand this, that unfortunately, 40% of young black men between 18 and 34 have some type of felony record. And that's crazy because they find ways to put one on you. And I mean, you don't have to necessarily go to jail, but you catch a felony beef, and that's going to do a lot to hold you back. You can't get money from the government for school. I mean, you can't get a government job. These are serious. In some states, you can't even vote. You know, they fought that in Florida. They didn't want the fellas to vote, and they finally voted it out. But then they found a way to make it harder for them to vote. And these are issues that we got to understand. But I know you young men are getting some things done. You work with your brothers. We got them in the studio. They taking pictures of this, folks. It's fun. Shout out your two brothers you got with you.
Shout out Titus. Shout out Aaron. The two brothers, man. They're in the studio with me. They're everywhere with me.
All right. And so y'all like a team.
We are. And there's more of us, too. They just couldn't make it today this morning. But.
Okay, so it's more on the team. Now, how big is your entourage, your team?
Actually, for my short film, it was about 20 people that shot that film.
Really?
It was about 20 people that came from Detroit and Atlanta. We all shot it in Atlanta. It was about 20-something of us, and they're all still on the team.
Okay, all right.
So they're really just waiting on me to announce, the next film when we shoot it.
And we were talking about that. You looking to put together a full length with this next one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's big.
Yes,
that's why we're going to be keeping up with you. We done had a couple of filmmakers down here now, Miss Broden.
Oh, yeah.
Just doing some things in the community. And, like I mentioned, Brother Rashawn Reeves with The Girl in the Wall.
Oh, yeah, we went to that premiere.
Yes. And so we got to get all y'all connected. All this energy and going thing. Now, Miss Broden was talking about the voting piece. And what you guys out there doing and letting people know what's going on.
They know that Donald Trump did not produce that $1,200 check during the pandemic. And he runs around telling people he said the money is Congress. And Nancy Pelosi was the one who was responsible for getting it started. And Congress approved of that money. Donald Trump did not. But he wants black folk to believe it. And unfortunately, a lot of young black men do believe it. I would have voted for him because he sent me a check. He said, damn thing. He held it up until they said, okay, we'll put your name on it. That was it. So, but that to be a reason for any young black man to vote for Donald Trump is put their neck in a noose, I tell you.
Yeah. And we got to find a way to get more money to these young brothers to do projects like what you doing here. Yes. And this brother young, folks. I don't think y'all know. How old are you, brother?
I'm 22 years old.
This brother is 22 years old.
Yeah, that's an affirmation book.
Oh, yeah. And he had already put out short film. He chefed at a club down in Atlanta, The Crew. He put together full-length film shortly, and he's self-taught And he brought all his brother and family along. That's amazing. And that's what we like about feedback. We try to put folks on that's doing things that are amazing. Now, we have a book here. It's called Affirmation. 366 Days of American History. And we got everything that happened on your birthday here that was important for Black history. What is your birthday, Brother E?
May 28th.
May 28th. 528. I like that. That's a good number.
It is a good number.
And folks, let's see what happened on this day, 528, in the history of our people. Because I'm telling you, the thing is, most of us are self-taught. Let's just be honest. Black folks, you know, we got to get out here and teach ourselves how to do things. But then we pass that knowledge on to others. So I'm sure you teaching other folks how to do these type of things by giving them opportunities. You said you had 20 people with you. You said you had an audition. You're getting people in the industry. Man, I'm telling you, I'm excited.
I helped a lot of people get into both industries, cooking and production.
Oh, man. We definitely have to get you back down here. Let's see what we got for your day. Wow, on your day, Betty Shabazz was born on your birthday. In 1940, Director of Communications at Medgar Evers College, was born in Detroit, Michigan. Malcolm X's wife, born right here.
Oh, wow.
Detroit,
on my
Michigan.
birthday?
On your birthday, brother. And we were just talking about Malcolm X in there. Because I was letting the young brothers know, Miss Broughton, that you got to have a watch on. That was one of the main things Brother Malcolm X said. When he see a brother without a watch on, he don't think he understand how important time is. And yes, indeed. So I made sure one of the brothers had a watch. I had a watch on me. I said, man, you got to get this watch to you. Oh, my God, another heavy hitter. Gladys Knight was born on your birthday, brother. The Grammy Award. And guess what? She was born in Atlanta, Georgia. You see the connection? Atlanta, Detroit. Oh, my goodness. And then let's see who else we got here. 1957, William Tucker III was born. California's 36th District Congressman, born in Compton, California. Compton High. You know Compton connected to the whole rap music piece.
Yeah.
So it just came full circle with your birthday, brother.
That is.
Yes, indeed. Well, we got to get you back down at some point. We got a lot of love in here for you and your crew. And we're excited about that. And Miss Broughton, would you like to close it out with Brother Charles Ingram? I'm sorry, with Brother James Ingram. I'm about to call him Charles Ingram. Lord have mercy.
I really appreciate you.
And you know, I want to thank Brother James Ford too, because he told me that's how he met you, Miss Broughton. Mr. James Ford. Oh my God. That guy out there doing so much work. Obama weekend. He put together the red light. He trying to get y'all folks to stop running these red lights. James Ford is a firebrand.
I'm working with him on that too.
Yes.
I'm working on that project with him.
Heart attack, as they say.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
so,
yes.
you know, he working with James Ford, and that's an important piece. And I'm telling you, folks, just connecting everybody. That's the main thing. We were talking about the history of WGPR in there and how much R.J. Watkins has done. We were talking about Brother Banks, who ended up starting WGPR radio station. And we all know, for folks, I was telling the young kids don't know. CBS Channel 62, which you watch your football games on Sunday, was once WGPR.
Yeah.
And they sold it. CBS needed a station quick because Fox had bought them out.
Yeah.
They bought Channel 2. That used to be CBS.
Yeah.
And they needed that station. So we saved the Columbia Broadcasting System in this market.
That's right.
And this is the legacy.
And all this history they're trying to destroy Al Martin, our first guest, was saying once, the easy way to destroy people is to deny them of their history.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what seems to be going on around the country. And it's interesting how it's going on in the southern part of this country, you know. In Florida, they've really been talking about it. And in the other states as well, Alabama and all. And it's up to us to make sure that our people don't lose sight of our history.
Mm-hmm.
And remember to pass it on to the young ones and tell them the importance of knowing their history so that they won't think everything good was done by white folk. As an example, you know, January the 6th, one of the things I always say when the members of Congress were told to get down on their knees under the chairs and pull that gas mask out from under the chair. The gas mask was invented by a black man.
Mm-hmm.
That was a contribution. And it's not been, I don't know that it's been mentioned by anybody but me, but that was an important part. They had no idea whether they would have to use the gas mask, immediately hold on to it, etc. But it was there.
That's right.
If they needed it. And something invented by our people. That kind of history needs to be shared.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
It's good to hear about Martin Luther King and Harriet Tubman, and who is the third person we hear about every February. But there are so many, many more black folks who have done many, many more things.
We usually hear about Rosa Parks, and of course Malcolm X,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, it's a lot of even Jesse Jackson, because we almost forget some of the people that came out of what was all going on in the early civil rights movement.
Right.
A lot of great names, and these young brothers, they're gonna learn. You're gonna learn of the Kwame Toure's and the Huey Newtons, and how things started organically, because that's how things start. You know, people decide, you know what, I'm through with this foolishness. That's why I got the T-shirt that say, "Are you tired of racism?" Because at some point you get tired of things, and you say, "Look, things got to change," and that's how movements begin.
Yeah.
When people decide, you know, things gonna change. But this brother got 30,000 subscribers to his Instagram page, Miss Broden.
That's great.
And a lot of them are viewing this right now, hanging out with him.
That's a good thing.
So I just want people to know feedback. We want y'all young folks to join organizations like Hood Research. It's getting things done for business people, $40 yearly. Individual membership, $20. Come on in. Lifetime, $300 individual, $500 business. Getting things done. We got 7 minutes. We got a phone call. Let's get the phone call in real quick, too. Who we got? Who we all with today?
Hey, this is Russ calling back in because I read this proposal again to make and what it.
Yeah, give us a quick clarification. Yep.
It doesn't raise it to 24 mils. It restores 6 mils that was cut off, and it puts it back up to the legal limit of 18 mils.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah, because I remember it being a restoration millage. So you know, people in Lansing cut it down to 12 administratively in the Department of Treasury, and so this restores it back to the 18.
I see. Okay, so they were trying to give us less money.
Yeah, exactly. Even though the state created the debt that the school district is in, none of that was created by the Detroit School Board. All of that was created by state takeovers.
Wow.
And
John Engler.
But Russ, is it still true that the governor has paid off some of the debts in other school districts? Isn't that true?
So. I believe they've done things to financially benefit. And
other school
they certainly
districts
haven't done anything to abuse it. It's only been black school districts.
Uh-huh.
You know? And, I'm reminded again and again that the people of Inkster are still paying off bonds for creating school buildings that Rick Snyder destroyed.
Right.
All the schools, students to suburban, other districts around them, the white districts, where they were not that welcome. And then he destroyed their buildings so they could never have a school district again. And they were still paying bonds on
that same
constructing some of those schools.
Right.
They're still paying them today.
and Hassan Aleem and Carl Williams were talk show hosts right here at this station. And Hassan Aleem's daughter attended that school right after she graduated. Was when they started with the move to demolish the building in Inkster.
Yes. So, you know, Lansing has never been a friend of our school.
Yeah, I know that.
And, you know, so, again, you know, before I disagreed with what was being said, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss something.
Yeah, we're glad you got that done.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
it restored us back to 18, okay?
All right.
Thank you, Russ. Good luck.
Russ.
You're welcome. Take care now.
You got it.
Bye-bye.
All right, you too. I'm still telling people to vote no on both proposals. But anyway, this, you know, as you say, are you tired of racism? Now, another question, are you tired of improper taxes and might even say racist taxes on us?
Mm-hmm.
They just do our children so wrong. And this $94 million that was won in court for tutoring is still being joggled over there. Who's going to control it? Who's going to dish it out? How many years do we have to go? Students graduating who don't have the benefit of tutoring.
Mm-hmm. We got 5 minutes, Tim said, Miss Broughton. So,
oh, Tim. I mean, this time that we do, I mean, it really zooms past us. Oh, tomorrow is a D-Day, as they say. And from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m., you all have the opportunity to exercise your right and responsibility. Vote tomorrow, if not today. If you're not registered, you can still do that. You can call the clerk's office, which is 313-876-0190. Again, the Detroit City Clerk's telephone number, they're located on West Grand Boulevard, just diagonally across from the Fisher Building, the biggest landmark in the city. The telephone number is 313-876-0190. You know, the video says always have your pen and paper handy. So if you need that number, there it is for you. And thank you so much for being tuned in. You know, I always say here, it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. And at Hood Research, we seek out as much information as we can to share with you and encourage you to share with us, as we share as often and with as many as we can. We want you to tune in on a Saturday to our conference call. Hood Research has a phone number, area code 248-234-2371, at which point you can get the phone numbers for the conference call that we have every Saturday from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. You're not required to stay on for 3 hours. They only punish me like that. But anyway, call in during the 3 hours and share the information that you need to share with us. And for those who want to write it down, the number's 1-978-990-5000. 1-978, area code 990-5000. The access code is 338729. Press the pound key and you're on with us. Access number is 338729. Press the pound key. That's Saturday afternoon, every Saturday afternoon from 3 p.m. until 6. We appreciate all that happened today. It was a wonderful day, many wonderful gifts, a lot of good and positive information shared. And if anyone wants to send an email, the email for Hood Research is contact@hoodresearch.org. Again, CONTACT, the A with a little circle around it, the @ symbol, and HOODRESEARCH.org. Contact@hoodresearch.org. Mark?
Folks, we had them all today. Brother James Ingram, Al Martin come down, the illustrious dapper one. Got the friends of JMI Productions, his brothers in the building. Timothy Smith, the best engineer in the business. Hood Research. You know where to find us on Facebook. Join Hood Research.
All right. And Jim Ingram, our new guest, is a new member of Hood Research?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, Tim, is it time? All right. We'll be back here next Monday. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am the BD and Pinda.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback.